We're back, baby.
We're back. Did you miss us?
We're reunited.
We're reunited, and it feels really good.
Yeah, it didn't feel good at first, but we'll explain why. Because it's a good story.
No, it did feel good. You just got scared.
It felt good for you. I was coming down the whole night from the cortisol spike.
What a good teaser into this episode. Everyone's like, what happened? Did you go crazy, Noah?
Well, good night.
No, wait. I have to clear my name. We have to talk.
Okay.
It's the Bedtime podcast.
Guys, we're back together. We didn't break up. We didn't break up.
Yeah, we didn't break up. We just are coming off spending 10 days apart.
Was it? Oh, it was 10 days. Yeah.
I think it was more like 9 because
it was supposed to be 10.
It was supposed to be 10. I was away with my family. Syd had to work. So, she was here in LA. I was in New Jersey. And at the end of my trip with my family, we stopped by Dunkin' Donuts. I'm waiting for a coffee. I'm really depressed. Like, I'm coming off like the high of like a fun trip.
Yeah.
You know that feeling?
Yeah. Oh, that feeling's the story of my life.
I hate that feeling where you're like, the best days are behind me.
Yeah.
Like I told my parents, I'm like, it feels like we're coming home from prom.
Yeah.
Because
I didn't have fun at prom, but yeah.
Oh yeah, because in New Jersey you go down the shore after prom, and you spend the whole weekend, and it is like it's the first time for me and my friends where we're just like drinking with like no parental like supervision.
That's ridiculous. New Jersey continues to get more and more bizarre to me.
No, I mean I think other kids were drinking like that before this, but like me and my friends were.
No, I just mean that you were all allowed to go down to the shore as children.
We literally went down the shore. You rent out in New Jersey. You go down the shore. You rent out an entire motel in Seaside Heights.
Oh my God, this is sick.
You rent out everybody rents out the entire hotel. It's like the entire senior class basically, unless you're
that's a lot of trust.
Unless you're a fucking loser.
Don't be mean.
No, I'm sorry. Honestly, those kids were probably
they're probably doctors and lawyers now, and have mansions while we're in our little apartment doing a podcast.
Oh yeah, so you go down to Seaside Heights and it's just anarchy. You're drinking, you're smoking, you're grilling like the entire weekend. It's absurd. It's totally to excess. And I just remember having that feeling on the way back, like I've been looking forward to this for the last 4 years, and now it's over. So I felt the same way coming back from this trip with my family and my 2 baby nieces.
Yeah.
And I was like, I don't want to go home to my parents' apartment and spend another night away from you. It's just like the vacation's over. It needs to be over.
Yeah.
So I look on the United Airlines flight and I see it costs nothing to fly home that day.
Mm-hmm.
And I think I am going to buy a ticket, not tell Syd, and surprise her a day early, because I just love, because you hate surprises.
I really don't like them.
Why don't you like surprises?
I need to be in the know. If you are trying to plan something fun, I need to be involved because I'm particular, as we all know. So I need to be involved.
Yeah, I mean, you were very involved in your engagement.
Yeah, as I should be.
Which I think every woman is pretty involved in their engagement.
And I was still surprised when it happened.
Like, there's this common misconception for young men that like when you get engaged, it's just like a fluke. Like it's a complete surprise.
It's all you.
Yeah.
And it's like, sweetie, it has very little to do with you, actually. Like, we're picking out the rings. We're deciding it's time. Like, and you can be on board or you can get off the train.
The only engagement I know that was like the man's idea and there wasn't a pre-conversation before the moment is my parents.
Well, yeah, that was like 100 years ago.
My parents got engaged over doing laundry.
That's sweet.
Like they were just doing laundry one day and my dad was just like, "Hey Rob, you want to get married?"
Okay.
What?
That sounds like a conversation, not like a proposal. So,
No, he was like, no. And then they were like, yeah. And she was like, yeah. And
she was involved.
no, but they considered themselves engaged after that.
Oh, well, your mom's pretty chill.
She didn't even have a ring.
So she was involved in the ring picking. See, even this story's not holding up.
But like after that moment, they told everyone they were engaged.
Because your mom didn't need a big show. So once again, she was involved.
So maybe that was by design.
Yeah.
Okay, so I look at the airline tickets and I buy one and I'm playing you the entire day.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Did you have any idea?
No.
I'm like texting you like one more night.
Yeah.
One more sleep.
So cheesy.
Did you roll your eyes at that? One more sleep?
No, I was like, this is sweet. But now saying it on a podcast for other people to hear, I'm like, God, this is embarrassing.
Well, I was trying to like see what I could get away with before you found out.
How would I have found out?
I don't know. You're like, I thought there was a moment where you were going to be like, this is like he would not normally text me like this.
Well, no, that's not true. Because when Noah goes away, he thinks he's going to have an incredible time. He can be away from me for like 2 weeks. But by the end of week 1, he's like, I need to come home. I miss you so much. So I wasn't shocked that you were like, one more sleep. So yeah, no, none of that was surprising.
So yeah, so I'm texting her. I'm playing her. I almost ruined it because I almost texted you, let's watch West Wing tonight.
Ooh.
Which would have, you would have been like, what do you mean? And I would have been like, I mean tomorrow night.
Well, you could have been like, you watch it and I'll watch it separately.
Oh, that would have been a good way out too.
Yeah.
Okay, so I buy the ticket. My parents drive me right to the airport. And immediately, as soon as I buy the ticket, the whole feeling of like vacation's over, the best years are behind me, dissipates.
Yeah, because you're surprising me. And now you have this to look forward to.
Yeah. And as soon as I get through the airport gate, my first thought, because you made plans with
my friend Brooke.
Yeah, your friend Brooke, who's sexually open.
Oh my God.
I have to cut that.
No, you can leave it.
No, like she's very free.
Yeah.
And I feel like
free.
I feel like I have to cut that.
I think you just mean she's hot.
Yeah, she's obviously attractive and I whatever. So as soon as I get to the gate,
You just mean she's a hot bisexual.
she's a hot bisexual.
She's not free. She's not sexually open. She's a hot bisexual.
So as soon as I get through the gate, through the security, I have a brief moment of like, oh no, like, what if I'm going to surprise her and she's going to be cheating on me?
So stupid. Jesus.
And that immediately went away because I know our friend would never do that. And I know.
Sydney would, but I know our friend would.
No,
never
I
do
know
that.
you wouldn't do that
I
either.
know.
You're in
Come
love
on,
with me.
man. Yeah.
Right?
Yes.
Okay.
And I'm too tired to cheat.
You are way too tired to
I
cheat.
could never cheat. I'm like the ideal partner because I don't like people enough and I'm too tired to cheat.
Yeah, I mean, you barely give me much.
Yeah.
You don't have energy to spend on someone else.
No, I really don't.
I get like the last 10% of you.
Yeah. And I say that's more than most people get from their partners. 10% from me is like 80% from somebody else.
That's true.
I got a lot to give.
Okay, so that fear dissipates and I'm just like the whole day I am on a cloud. I'm so excited to surprise you. So anyways, I get home. I start creeping up the steps. I see Syd in the window as I come up to the apartment. She's cooking.
I'm making a tofu scramble.
And I'm just tiptoeing because I just do not want to blow it. I've worked so hard today to like perfect this.
Mm-hmm.
Put the key in and I slowly push the front door open. Syd's in the kitchen. She can't see me. She can only see
that the door is opening.
And Syd
So I gasp.
Wait, sorry, say that again.
So I gasp. And then I go, excuse me. Excuse me.
You said, excuse me.
Excuse me. Because I think someone's breaking and entering. So this is where I think the plan became deeply flawed. He should have just been like, ugh, a package I just got an alert, a package arrived. Would you mind like grabbing it from the front door?
Oh, that would have been like really romantic.
Yeah, that would have been great and not scared the shit out of me.
No, it still would have. You would have jumped.
I wouldn't have jumped to see you there.
I really did creep in the way a robber.
Yeah.
Like the way a criminal would come into
It was
someone's
really
apartment.
scary.
I like slowly, and you heard like the crack of the door.
Yeah.
Like nothing was going right for me.
No. Excuse me.
That's the best part.
Yeah.
You greeted me the way like a white woman greets a manager at brunch.
Excuse me. I really did. Because I do think like that's the energy I would bring to a breaking and entering. Someone comes in and I'm like, excuse me. You know, I'd appreciate it if you did this to somebody else. Now, I won't tell anyone, but you need to leave right now. And that's how I would do it.
You think a robber would be like, oh yeah, no problem. I'll come back later when you're not home.
I think they'd be so disarmed by my charm that they would leave.
A part of me does think as long as they're truly there to like score some drugs or money and they're not there to like
Rape me?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I really think that would work.
I do too. I think that I'm starting a new philosophy on how to deal with, small time crime.
Yeah, but it did get me thinking, like I'm going away a bunch this fall for stand-up. Bragging. And it worried me about how you might greet an intruder, and I think we need to work on it a little bit.
Okay, let's try.
Like I think excuse me, I'm turning on it. I think it does work if the intent of the robber is to just score some money.
Yeah.
But
that's likely what's happening in this economy.
But I think you need to be prepared for both.
Okay, let's try.
Okay, so I'm a robber and I'm
Excuse me?
No, excuse me.
Well, I worked the first time. Well, I guess that wasn't real.
What's in your hands?
I'm cooking, so a big pot of tofu scramble.
Okay, we need something more violent than that.
That's heavy.
What
and
would you
hot.
You would throw the tofu scramble at the guy's face?
No, I would try to talk him down first. Excuse me.
You are not going to be able to talk this man down if he's violent.
I am. Excuse me.
You think he's going to stop because he's like, oh, you're a vegan?
No, well, maybe. Excuse me, sir. This is not a good idea. Why are you throwing your life away like this?
You're not going to have time. You're already dead.
No, I'm not. Excuse me, sir. This is not a good idea. Think this through.
Okay, I think excuse me is fine, but I need you to be holding something violent.
Okay, I'm holding the hot pan.
No.
It's heavy.
What about a knife?
Hot. Fine, I grab a knife. Excuse me.
The sharp ones.
Oh, yeah.
The ones my brother-in-law got us.
Yes. Excuse me, sir, this is not a good idea. I'm going to say this only one time, but you turn around and I will not tell anyone you were here, but you go.
Okay, but I think you need to also threat with the knife.
I have this knife, so save yourself.
No, like if you don't, why are you're like writing this like a novelist.
Well, because I do think the times are hard and crime's up, so I understand the impulse to steal.
You're meaning it with compassion.
Yeah.
So you're standing there in the doorway with a knife, meaning him with compassion.
I don't think anyone's breaking into my house because they're in a good spot, Excuse me, sir, save yourself and you turn around right now and you get out of here. Send me your resume and I will help you find a job. Because this is not the answer, okay? I do not want to stab you, but I will. And I know where the arteries are. And I will choose not to stab them because I'm compassionate. But I will if I have to.
I feel like he would leave because I feel like that guy's going to leave just because you're talking too much.
I know. Excuse me. Please don't do this right now, okay? Look, I was a psychology minor in college. And I know you're doing this because you have to, not because you want to.
What if you cheated on me with the burglar?
Ew, they're probably too young for me.
You think?
Yeah, I don't see anybody much older breaking in. It's like, I'm so tired as a 32-year-old. I don't see anyone older having the energy to break in.
Yeah, I mean, this type of crime is not that common anyways. But I think you're prepared. I feel good about that.
Yeah, with my hot pan and my little knife.
No hot pan.
The hot pan is good.
You need the balance to be able to stab. If you have the pan, you're going to be off balance. And then I worry that you're going to hurt yourself.
Fine, but I could end up stabbing myself on accident or they could stab me.
I think if you're with the knife and you come at him with the knife, come at me with the knife. You come at him with the knife.
Yeah.
Nothing in your other hand. You're balanced, you're secure, and you're talking to him.
I've been having a lot of nightmares about our neighbor shooting at me in the head. Is that too dark?
What?
The scary guy across the street. You know that guy has a gun.
That guy probably does have a gun. A lot of people in the valley have guns.
Yeah.
I mean, I just was driving in Burbank and there's a whole building called Gun World.
Oh yeah. I'm really avoiding him at all costs. I won't even park in front of his house.
Yeah, that is getting annoying.
I know.
You got to get over it.
Well, he could shoot me.
He's not going to shoot you for that. He would be totally not within his bounds. I think he could shoot you for going through his trash again.
I wasn't going through his trash.
What happened there?
I was cleaning out my car and I threw out some of the trash into my neighbor's trash can, and he came out and he comes out and he goes, I come over to your house and I throw out my trash there. And I was like, do you need to? And he's like, I come over to your house and I throw out my trash in your house. I was like, do you need to? I don't understand. And then he keeps going, and I was like, oh, he's mad at me for using his trash can that was on the street, and who gives two fucking shit? And then I was like, oh, do you want me to take my trash out of your can? I don't care. And then he leaves and gets all annoyed.
He was disarmed.
Yeah.
Because you kind of meted him the same way you would meet a burglar. You were like, if you want to throw your trash in my trash, you could
go
do that.
for it, because I don't care. I'm a normal person. People who get upset about their trash cans, I'm like, you need Xanax and a lobotomy, maybe.
I know. What is that? Why would you care?
Why are people protective over their trash cans? It's garbage. It's literal garbage.
I get someone being protective over someone going through their trash.
Why? It's your trash. Once it's on the street, it's any man's trash.
Yeah, I guess you're right.
I'm just like, who cares?
I'm just like, take a deep breath. Who cares? It's trash.
You've got other problems.
That's how I know we're fucked up as humans. Like, we're so possessive of even our garbage.
Yeah, we're in a lot of trouble, I'd say.
It's like, it's trash covered in shit, and you're like, what are you doing? That's my stuff.
That's my stuff. That's mine.
That's mine.
Even though, like, you put it out there to be taken. But
no.
Just the city. I'm sorry, but that is for the city.
Honestly, I trust like a random guy on the street more than I do the city.
Oh, I know. 100%.
What the hell's the city doing with my trash?
The city's masturbating with your trash.
They're probably putting the trash together to build a big trash monster.
Yeah. And when we're all eaten by the trash monster, I hope they take that guy first.
Okay,
anyway. So you think I'm gonna be safe?
I think you're gonna be safe. I think you're ready to be on your own.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah.
I want to know about what you enjoyed about being away from me and what you hated about being away from me.
Okay, what did I enjoy about being away from you? You know, it's interesting. There's nothing I really enjoyed because I was away from you. Like, you don't bring a lot of, like, you don't drain me.
Yeah.
You know, like, I mean, yes, you know, we can fight and stuff, but like,
I pretty much only improve your life.
Yeah, there's nothing.
So there's nothing about single life Noah you miss.
I guess, like, okay, this is one thing, but it's not like I can handle this.
Yeah, I'm so excited.
You know, you can complain a lot.
Mm-hmm.
Especially when we're in like, do I want to say this?
Just say it.
Especially when we're like on a family vacation, because it's just like very chaotic.
No, I meant what were you enjoying about being away from me, not why you were happy I wasn't there, because I do complain on family vacations. No, I mean, I'm talking about, because I do have a little list about like things I miss from my like living alone life is what I mean. Like before you lived with me.
I'm like, yeah, I don't have to listen to you complain.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's nice. I get to do what I want to do. You don't have to complain about it. Like Tony Soprano.
Oh, man. No, I mean like anything from your life before me, like your single life.
No, because it's this weird thing where when you're away, I like do things in your memory.
Like what? Like I'm dead. Like I'm dead.
Like I went grocery shopping with my parents and I was like, I'm going to get this iced coffee. I'm going to get this pre-made Starbucks iced coffee.
Oh, so funny.
Because that's what Syd would have wanted.
It's so funny because he won't let me get that iced coffee here. It's too expensive.
And then every time I drank it all week, I thought of you and it made me feel better.
I should have gotten that. I thought about it, but it would have meant another grocery store and one where I don't want to buy anything because you can only get it at like Vaughn's and Ralph's and nah.
So like that happened. Something else. Oh, like I kept putting mint and dill in my salad and it made me think of you. I'm not answering the question correctly.
No. So I think we can all be clear. There's nothing Noah likes about being away from me other than there's less complaining.
Yeah, but like even the complaining, like you're never like the way you know,
I'm
now
never
that
wrong.
now that I've gotten to know you too, your complaining is like it's like it's benign.
Yeah.
Like you're never. Rarely are your complaints to me behind closed doors something that like needs to be confronted to someone else or needs to be presented to someone else or a serious problem you have, something that needs to be fixed. Or something I need to do.
Yeah.
So it's nice that like I know that now, so I can just kind of like listen to you complain and just be like, yeah, sure, yeah, that is tough.
All right. Well, there's a lot of things I enjoyed about my little 10 days of single.
Well, do I
life.
get to say what I hated about being away?
Yeah, of course.
Look, this is not safe for work. I'm gonna be the first to say it. I don't like masturbating anymore. You've ruined it for me.
Wow. To be so hot that you ruin masturbation.
Maybe it's you and the Xanax or the Lexapro.
Yeah, you're not on Xanax.
But like, it is really. Look, I'm gonna be honest. I am a very horny guy.
He's the horniest man I've ever met. It's horrible.
It's only getting worse.
Yeah.
And the Lexapro and our sex life makes me just masturbating to porn. It just doesn't do it for me. And I really hated, but I feel the need to do it sometimes when you're away, because if I don't, I'm going to like kill myself.
Yeah, fair.
I'm going to be filled with so much cum.
Ew.
I think that's how that works.
I think that's how it works. You fill up till you die.
And
it's actually a serious medical problem.
So I had to, so I hate that aspect of it. I also hate sleeping alone without you.
Yeah, I don't like sleeping without you too. I
sleep much better when you're in the bed. I can actually point to that.
I know, me too, which is weird because like, yeah, I don't know how normal that is, but
yeah, I don't think it's normal because I feel like most people don't like sleeping with their spouse like at night. They just do it because they have to.
And you can put that in writing. We know that for a fact.
Yeah, I will speak for all couples in this matter.
We don't know this, but I do know a lot of couples who don't sleep together, and I'm like, oh, I couldn't do that.
Yeah, they say because it helps. They're bad sleepers.
Yeah.
That one wakes up early, one wakes up late, or one goes to sleep late, and I don't know. I'd rather take all of it on the chin just to get to spend every night with you.
Wow, so sweet. Now, all the things I loved about being away from Noah. A couple things I miss about my life pre-boyfriend are getting to eat whatever I want. So I like did a bunch of grocery trips like solo, and I made so much delicious food. It was amazing. I made a vegan lasagna. I made a bunch of tofu scramble. I made a bunch of porridges with amaranth and hemp hearts. It was delicious. Just I don't have to worry about cooking for you.
Well, what's funny is I usually eat whatever you eat.
I know.
But what you just described, I think I'd hard pass on all that.
Yeah, because these are things from like my childhood with like a hippie mom that I like that you don't like.
Like I really am always such a good little eater with you.
Yeah.
Like whatever you want to eat, I usually eat. Even your diet, I'll just, you're being vegan right now. So obviously I'm eating more vegan meals. I'm not vegan, but I am eating like one.
Mm-hmm.
And that's fine. But like what you just described is like the food of a witch.
It's the food of a witch.
I'm like, but it's like, there's no way you're getting full off of that shit.
I am. I'm eating a lot. That's why I'm also having the time of my life.
Porridge?
A lot. Well, okay.
You're eating like the time of the food that, hang on,
okay.
Wait, let me say. Can I say something?
Yeah.
The food the way you're describing, what am I trying to say? You're eating the way an English orphan eats.
No.
Like you're eating porridge and like this is it for me.
Okay. Well,
Like
you don't
you're
understand.
cosplaying as like a little orphan.
No, I'm not. I'm making amaranth, which is an expensive grain. Amaranth porridge, very high in fiber and protein. I'm putting cashew butter in it and hemp hearts. It's incredibly filling and it's so fucking good. So, no, I'm eating like an executive chef witch.
Okay, so you get to eat whatever you want. What else?
I got to watch whatever I wanted, which when I was single and lived by myself, I watched movies and TV like all the time. It was very fun for me. And so I did that again. I watched so many fucking movies. Like the Hurricane Day. Oh, baby. I ate so much and I just watched movies all day. I think I watched 4 movies. It was so fun.
That's another thing I hated about being away from you during the hurricane. What was it? When Hurricane Hillbilly
When Hurricane Hillbilly
when Hurricane Hillary came through LA, I really hated not being there.
Yeah, you were worried about me.
Because I'm not
a prepper.
You're really not a prepper. And I'm not like a crazy prepper either, but like there are things I would, do before something like that. Like
batteries, water. Yeah.
And I felt very out of control because I just was like, we didn't even fight, which I'm really proud of.
Yeah.
But I really wanted to like take you by your shoulders and shake you and be like, you gotta wake up, woman. There's a storm coming. You got shit to do.
I was prepared.
No, but
I didn't get batteries. Just because I was like, I don't care about being in the dark.
Did I tell you to get batteries?
Yeah.
And I let go.
Yeah. I think I told you I got them, to be fair.
You lied to me?
It was a small lie because I didn't need them. I have these like electric candles that turn on, and sure they could have gone out, but I also am perfectly fine to go to bed early. I went to bed at 8:30 last night. Like, power's out, great. I'm going to sleep.
You would have done so well on like a prairie in like
I know
the 1800s.
Porridge, no light. I'm fine. That was funny when Noah came in and he surprised me. He was like, "Why is it so dark in here?"
Truly, no lights on.
And it was the middle of the day, and our apartment
It wasn't the middle of the day.
It wasn't?
It was dusk.
Oh, right. It was dusk.
But our apartment is very shaded. So dusk is very dark here.
It was dark in the apartment.
And you're just like cooking in the dark, which is not a good idea.
I could see. I was grateful I looked so cute when he got home.
So you got to watch whatever you
I
want.
got to watch whatever I want, eat whatever I want, do whatever I want.
But nice. This is where, okay, the watching thing I get, like, we do have to compromise on things we want to watch. We do that. I am the way I am along for the ride with your food life or food journey. I'm not along for the ride with your content journey.
No, he's not.
There's just things that I'm like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yeah. A lot of slow French movies.
We're going to watch Emily in Paris?
I don't watch Emily in Paris.
Whatever. But like you did watch it.
I did, but I haven't watched it in years because it's not good.
Okay, you loved it, but
season 1, season 2 downhill.
But you watched it all.
I did, but season 3 I didn't watch.
Whatever. I'm not along for that ride. But like I let you do whatever you want.
No, I know, but you know how you just don't have to tell anybody.
Yeah.
And you don't have to ask. Oh, what are you doing later?
Yeah.
It's just you do. You do. You be. You'll do and you'll be.
When I am alone, I do and I be. When I am a woman that is alone, I do, I be, I see, I be.
Yeah, that's exactly me. I do, I be, I see, I be.
P.
P.
PP.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I had the time of my life.
All right. Well, I'm happy we're back together, though.
Me too.
Do you feel like I'm putting a kibosh on the party?
No, because I'm like, I still managed to finish my weird Polish movie the other night. Because you work so much, so I live my best life. I will say that first night you were here, I didn't get to enjoy it as much as I would have if you had just let me in on the plan to come home early. I feel a little deprived because I could have been all excited you were coming home early and like cleaned the place and like finished my movies. And also not been like so scared then. Like I couldn't enjoy that night that much because my anxiety was so high from having thought I was maybe going to get murdered. So I will say, like, maybe next time either do the surprise like I said or just tell me you're coming home early.
I think I definitely will do that. I don't want to tell you I'm coming home early because I don't know, but I do get what you're saying because you would have like been, first off, there's a great satisfaction we get from cleaning.
Yeah.
So you would have like had the apartment prepared and been like, so like, okay, I did everything. He's coming home and it's just gonna, and I do get that.
Yeah,
I
you
do.
deprived me of that.
I know, but it was worth it for me.
Yeah, great. I just think like I was deprived of the excitement of you coming home early too.
Yeah.
But I understand you're a guy who likes surprises. I'm a woman who doesn't. And sometimes I have to compromise and let you surprise me, even if it ruins the rest of my evening.
Anyways.
But tomorrow we're going back on the road.
We are going back on the road. We're gonna go with Syd's dad up to Canada for Labor Day for a little trip.
And I can't wait because I know you just got a vacation. I haven't been on a vacation in a year. And I'm so burnt out.
Yeah, I'm excited to go away with your dad. It's fun. It's very chill going away with your dad. He's very low key.
He doesn't want to do much.
But leading up to it, I've gotten like 5 to 10 texts from him about our flight itinerary.
Mm-hmm. I haven't gotten any.
You haven't gotten any?
No.
He's only texting me.
Yes.
And like your car needed to get repaired last week or it needed to go in for a service and he kept texting me about it.
Didn't text me.
He didn't text you about it?
No.
But I texted you about it.
Yes. There's a little something you need to know.
Well, it's just frustrating because I just feel like what's going on here? Why doesn't he text you about anything
regarding my life?
Yeah.
See, some might think this is misogyny and the patriarchy at play, but little do you all know, this is all by design.
What do you mean?
I have made my father think I'm so unreliable, so lazy, so incapable of taking care of my own life, so that he leaves me alone. Oh, I gotta do something? I just won't do it. And I've done this my whole life so that he'll just bother somebody else about it or just do it himself. See, sometimes you need people to think you're not the best at stuff so that they leave you alone and you can just go on and do what's important to you. So I don't care about servicing the car. I don't want to do it. So
I get that, Syd, but like I have shit to do. Okay. I have to do my own errands
mm-hmm.
and my own like personal things. I can't have that workload be doubled because you are faking incompetence.
Sweetie, you're married. They're our errands. Okay.
Why can't he text you about it? Because this is what happens.
At this point, it's too late.
But he thinks that I get those texts and I handle it. But I just end up texting you about it.
I know. And then I don't do it. And then we have to do it together. And then it makes an errand more fun because we both go there. When we took my car to Subaru together, that was fun.
It was a fun date.
Yeah. See?
I do think errands can be part of a date.
I agree. Our first date was an errand.
Our first date was an errand. I think that's a good way to get you to do those chores.
Yeah, you have to make it a date and reward me with a snack.
I have to treat you like a 5-year-old.
Just with some stuff. Look.
It is like, hey, you want to go to Subaru? You know what's next to Subaru? Shake Shack.
Yum. That is true.
We could go to Shake Shack if we go get your car repaired.
I'm just saying, this is my tip for everyone. You choose how people perceive you sometimes. And you don't need everyone to think you're the hardest worker or smartest person in the world. My dad thinks I'm really smart, but incapable of doing things to take care of myself, which is fine by me once again. But like at your job, say you have like a stupid job that you don't really care about. You don't need to be the best at that job.
Yeah.
Are you trying to become the manager? Probably not. So just like chill, be the personality hire, be the fun person.
Be the
work.
vibe.
Be the vibe. I've been the vibe at every job I've ever had, and people love me.
And yeah, you've had, 20 to 30 jobs.
Well, once again, it's not my career. This is my career, and I'm a hard worker at this. I'm not a person. I mean, I guess part of this industry is personality, but I also work hard. I write. I do everything I gotta do. No?
Totally. I just like, do you think there is a little bit of, I'm not saying your dad's malicious. I love the man so much.
No, he texted
and he's very
me for
progressive.
years and years, and I never did any of it. And now there's somebody else he can text.
He's like, and thank God my daughter married a responsible man.
Yeah.
But it's like, the way I got my dad off my back is I did it, everything.
Yeah, but I don't want to be like that.
Could you imagine my dad texting you about my shit?
That would be so disturbing.
Would you even
I wouldn't respond.
have the strength to tell me that he's texting you these things?
No. That's why I'm also like, why do you even tell me? I wouldn't tell anyone. I'd just be like, your dad's texting me. But I wouldn't even say that out loud. I would just think it and be like, not my problem. But luckily, you're not like that. I recently apologized to my boss. I was like, I'm so sorry. Like, I didn't do that. Like, well, and he was like, it's okay. You have such an infectious laugh. And that's how it's done.
Meaning like you make up for it because you make
Everybody happy. I think I do make people happy.
You do. You definitely do.
I am good at stuff, though. I just choose when and where to be. To be, to see, to be.
I think that's smart. That's something I've really learned, like in my 30s, to work smarter, not harder.
Yeah.
It's taken me a while to get there
Mm-hmm.
because sometimes I've been thinking about this, especially with our podcast. Like sometimes to work smarter, you have to do a little bit more work up front.
Mm-hmm.
Like to learn something that's going to help you do something quicker.
Yeah.
And I've always been resistant of that part of the process.
Mm-hmm.
And now as I get older, I'm like, okay, well, if it's just an extra 10 minutes to learn this thing that's going to make the rest of the process 2 hours quicker.
Yeah.
How can you not do that?
Yeah.
And it's taken me a while to get there. And I remember my first job out of college when I was working at that agency. My boss would say that to me, work smarter, not harder. And I would always be like, I don't know what the fuck you're talking about, lady. Like, I really was just like, I don't know how to do that.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I just know what's in front of me. I'm going to do what I can do. I'm going to try my best.
Mm-hmm.
It takes a while for some people.
It does.
I would love for the sleepyheads to sound off in the comments on that.
Yeah, sound off in the comments on how to work smarter.
Well,
not
just
harder.
like, I would love to know, are there people still struggling with that? Does that come naturally to you? My brother is so good at that.
Yeah, he's good at that.
He's so good at that, to the point where I'm like, it feels like you're scamming. You're a scammer.
He's not.
Like with reading.
Yeah.
I read every word on the page.
You don't have to do that.
I just learned this from
Yeah.
you. This is why you read so fast.
Yeah.
But I just have a hard time believing that you're intaking or that you're consuming.
How would I be so smart if I wasn't consuming and intaking all these words?
Is that a word? Intake? It is a word,
Yeah.
but I don't think it's used there.
I love it.
I don't think you're getting as much out of it as I am.
I am.
I think we should read the same book and write a
You don't want to do that.
3-paragraph book report on it. Give it to someone and see who understood the material more.
You don't want to do that with me.
I think I could beat you.
In my college philosophy class, I broke the curve for every test. So, like, my test wouldn't be included in making the curve. I'm a genius.
Yeah, but you didn't understand Oppenheimer.
That movie was needlessly confusing. And when that many white men talk at the same time, my brain automatically shuts off. I don't have that kind of... That's just how my brain works.
It made perfect sense to me.
Well, you're boring. You like nerdy, stupid shit.
Yeah. Well, let's move on to our very famous, ultra viral, last segment.
Last segment of the show.
What are you into this week?
I'm really into dun 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 putting sauteed greens and tomatoes on everything. So I cook up some garlic in the pan, and then I add I half cherry tomatoes, and I throw those in, and then I cook them down a bit, and then I just add a fuck ton of spinach or kale and lemon, olive oil, salt, pep, and then I'll put that on anything. Pasta, tofu scramble,
Rice.
other grains, rice, or just eat it plain. It's so good, and it's a really easy way to get a bunch of servings of veggies in, and I'm obsessed.
And protein.
Mm-hmm.
It is really like a good topping to make anything a meal.
Yeah.
It's really smart. I never thought about it that way. I just thought about it as a meal, but you could take that and make a bunch of it. It's very easy to make.
It's so easy. It takes 5 minutes.
And just put it in the fridge and then put it on, eat it. You could eat it like that, or you can just put it on rice, and it really becomes a filling meal.
Yeah, it's really good.
I love that.
Mm-hmm.
And you're very into your vegan diet right now.
I'm like so happy with it. It makes me incredibly happy.
It is interesting as you get older. You kind of have like a fetish for taking things out of your life.
Me?
Yeah. Well, one of them is like a disease, but
I think for me, I'm just really enjoying eating healthier and seeing the benefits. And I think that's part of getting older. Just being like, okay, I love like shit food, but it makes me feel so bad. So I'm just going to eat healthier and feel better. And then the other thing, I was listening to this podcast, and it was like 2 people went to a burger place. One guy ordered a hamburger, and the other guy ordered like a veggie burger, even though they both wanted the hamburger. But the guy who got the veggie burger was like, yeah, I don't need to do everything just because it makes me feel good or it tastes good, or just because it's fun. Like eating meat is fun and it tastes good, but I'm choosing not to do it. And that feels good.
But it also, like, an Impossible Burger tastes really good too.
No, I know. I'm eating delicious food. Actually, oh my God, I went to this vegan fast food place called Plant Power yesterday. Fucking unbelievable.
You know where I want to go?
Where?
The Kevin Hart.
Let's go before we leave.
Today?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, what am I into this week? You're probably going to roll your eyes at this answer, but
wait.
I'm really into pushing myself to shoot character sketches.
Why would I roll my eyes at that?
Because it's kind of lame. But like, it's lame. It's like a work thing. But sleepyheads might be aware of this journey if you're following closely, but I was making a lot of character sketches leading up to the pandemic and into the pandemic. And character sketches are what you don't know. If you don't know, is just like, yeah, when I do a character online and I shoot it and I put it out, that's, I'm doing a character. And I was doing it a lot, and then I kind of got burnt out because it's very hard for me to push forward at something if I feel like I'm doing something that other people are doing.
Yeah.
For me, it becomes very uninspiring, and I feel like, what's the point? Like, it's not speaking to me.
Which I also think, just because other people are doing it doesn't mean you should do it. But I do think when you were doing it, the market got so saturated because it was COVID. So every comedian was doing it. And even for me, it stopped being fun.
Yeah, it just felt like I was just, doing the same thing over and over and over again.
Yeah.
And, in that gap, we started doing this podcast. I started doing more stand-up. I started going back to working on writing and trying to take a break from something to do another creative endeavor. But that whole time, I think you can attest to this, I was kind of beating myself up a little bit. I just really wanted to get back to doing it because I really love doing characters on Instagram, or I love kind of trolling something everyone likes.
Yeah.
Like that, finding that thing that someone does something a certain way, but usually if someone does it that way, a lot of people do it that way. And I just love making fun and poking at people like that,
Yeah, I get it.
And so I was really craving to get back to that. And then the last, maybe I shouldn't say it out loud because maybe I'll lose the momentum, but whatever. You guys are with me.
Yeah.
I have had a couple sparks of inspiration of characters that made me excited and felt very unique to me. So I'm really excited about it again. I feel I'm trying to push myself to do that again because it's very freeing. It's motivating. It's fulfilling creatively. I think though, I don't want to be in a place with my content. Hate that word, but where I am like, I have to put out a character sketch every day.
Yeah, ew. That's disturbing.
Like that's what the podcast is for.
Yeah.
Like we are able to generate enough 15-second pieces of content to put that out on most days. That's what that's for.
Yeah.
But the characters, it's kind of what we were talking about a few weeks ago about like those articles for your Substack.
Yeah.
Like those juicier articles, like the one you just wrote about, like loving LA.
Yeah.
If you guys should check out Syd's Substack, especially if you're from LA and you haven't read it. It's unbelievable. It's so beautiful. It's a love letter it's Syd's love letter to Los Angeles. But like that is like a meteor piece.
Yeah.
Every week, every day, you can't write a piece like that.
No.
Because I mean, you might get on a roll, and sometimes maybe you could go a few weeks in a row where you have a couple great ideas like that.
Yeah.
But it's just harder, and also like, who wants to watch or read something that's like trying to be that?
Yeah, I wouldn't. I don't want to read someone's like manifesto once a week. Like that's so boring.
You know, like you got to keep it light, and
I'm like, get a job.
Yeah.
Unless that is your job, but that's a lot.
So I'm really into getting back into those character sketches, so long that they come to me organically.
Yeah.
I don't want to push them.
Mm-hmm.
But I do, when I have them, I want to push myself to execute them.
Great. Well, that put me to sleep. So I think it's time to say goodnight, guys. We love you.
Guys, we have a Patreon, and it's really growing. It's beautiful to see.
Mm-hmm.
And we're putting content up. We're about to go do another Patreon episode.
Oh, yeah. I can't go to sleep quite yet. We got a Patreon app, but it's going to be really good. We're going to talk about strike brain.
Yeah.
And the summer of divorces. And Noah's obsessed with Bobby Altoff.
Yeah. And we're going to talk about all that. So come join us. We have memberships for all different levels. Even, again, if you have some money and you like listening to our podcast.
It's $3 a month. I think, I'm hoping most of you can afford that.
Yeah, just $3. I mean, it's $36 a year. Is that correct?
Yeah.
Yep. Thank you.
Good job.
Thank you. Son of an accountant. Retired. Well, kind of stopped doing it because he hated it.
Okay.
But just do it. It's really helpful to us, and it's exciting for us to see. And follow us on all the things, and write us a review, Syd, right?
Please write us a review. I'm looking at you, Sarah.
We need more reviews. Go on Apple Podcasts or rate us on Spotify or wherever you get these fucking things.
All right. Good night, guys. Love ya.
Love you. It's the Bedtime Podcast.